we go!
Hey everyone, welcome to a special episode of Kansoi Fighter Live. My name is Logan. I am head of marketing and PR for Cersei Studios, who is currently working on Kansoi Fighter.
I'm Shane Helms. I'm the director.
I'm Sean Cornett. I do programming stuff.
So, pretty exciting week. If you are watching us live on Twitch or YouTube or Kick or Steam, this is a part one of two in our kind of a developer Q&A for Steam's Fighting Games Fest.
Yep.
So this is, I don't know if this is necessarily new for Steam, but this is our second Q&A
series
that we've done, because we did our game was a part of Steam's Next Fest in February, and we did two Q&As then, which were pretty good, and then we did and then now we're a part of this, and our title is on sale.
Yep.
So if you have not looked at it, there is also a free demo where we have two of our characters. But it is on sale for 25% off right now. You can pick it up and join our early access. We will be launching a new character in a beta channel soon, so we would love your feedback on that. We, of course, want to try to make this game as best as it can possibly be, and we need your guys' help to make that happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
But before we kind of do, we really get into it, kind of just a little bit... well, here, I'll go over to Shane over here.
Sure.
And why don't you just kind of give us a really quick synopsis of what Kansoi Fighter is and all that?
Yeah. For those that are new, welcome everybody. So this is Kansoi Fighter. This is a completely hand-drawn fighting game that really harkens back to the classic 90s era fighters. The premise of the story is that the lead character, Yumu, is trapped in a deep coma, and while he's searching his memories to try to remember what happened, the different characters that make up the aspect of his personality began to emerge, while their world begins to sort of fall apart. We are going to have 10 different playable characters in the full release of the game. Each one has kind of a distinct fighting style and characterization as they represent different aspects of his personality. The game also features a full 9-chapter story mode, your traditional arcade, versus modes, including online play with rollback netcode, built from the ground up in our signature Ayea engine that powers the game. We also have a pretty unique AI system for our CPU fighters, and training mode if you want to just sharpen your skills take on your friends. So, lot to enjoy with the game, and we hope you'll check it out.
Yeah, and it works. I will just go ahead and just say
Yeah.
it works really, really good on Steam Deck.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually have a fully native build
Mhm.
with support for Steam Deck, as well as some other.
platforms.
Platforms,
So we have
right.
it's Concept Fighter is supported on PC or Windows, Mac, Linux, Steam Deck, as well as we do have a mobile version.
On Android.
Yep, on Android. So if you are, enjoying our game and you're like,
Yep.
you know what, I kind of want to beat up some people on the go,
Yeah,
Mhm.
then if you have an Android device, you can pick up the game on the Google Play Store. And I believe our builds are mostly in sync.
They are.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you can face off with people from Android to PC to Steam Deck to Mac. Like anybody you know, you can hop in a quick match with them. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, recently you set up the build system to build all the versions
Yeah.
all at once.
Yeah, we got a couple different flavors now, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's great. Like we really want to encourage anybody to join the community
Yeah.
and have fun together. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Crossplay also between all those.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
yep.
But so for today, we are going to kind of just answer some questions. We're going to kind of jump on in and, play with you guys. So I guess let's just go ahead
Yeah.
and jump right in. You may not see Sean on camera, but he is there.
He
I'm
is
still
here
there
in
somewhere.
spirit. And I'm going to be looking at the screen, so bear with me. I think we'll start off with a little bit of arcade mode here. I'll do a medium stack. I'll go hard. I'm probably going to set myself up for some failure here, but
Time for action.
I'm going to try Isamu, my bread and butter.
Yep.
He is
One of our defaults, kind of.
yeah, I was going to say Isamu is kind of one of our main all-rounders. He's a really good character to kind of start learning the ropes of the game with, because he has a lot of his attack profile makes use of his sword, which is primarily punch attacks. So you can kind of focus on some of the different systems of the game and get improvements. Oh, I'm going to face Yuraku right out of the gate. All right, this will be interesting. Yuraku is usually pretty tough. Although I don't have the difficulty quite at max, but we'll see how this goes.
So, a little bit about Circean Studios. We are a team of 4 that's based out of Kansas City. We've been working on Kansai Fighter for a little over a decade now. And, this has just been a phenomenal project for us. This is going to be our first, this is our first major release. While we've been working on it, we have gone to several conventions. We've gone to PAX East as well as PAX South
Yep.
when that was a thing. We have gone to Indie PopCon, and then based in Kansas City, there is an anime convention called NakaCon that we go to pretty much every year.
Yep.
Yep.
And then last year and this year, I guess I haven't officially announced it yet, but we will be going to Planet Anime in October of this year. We went last year; it was a good time. So
Yeah.
we're going to be returning again this year.
For a new convention, it was pretty well done. Luckily, a lot of the same people did the Planet Anime locally, or Planet Comic Con. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually announced their guest list.
Oh, nice.
Their guest list so far. It's a lot of
This is going to be bad.
Nope.
nope. So, ooh,
Yep.
just keeping that KO, and it just keeps.
Yeah.
She just shows no mercy.
Yeah.
But so I mean, you're playing so a little bit in regards to the characters that we're kind of looking at on the screen.
Yeah.
So with the description of the game that Shane mentioned earlier, all of these characters represent a little bit of our main character's kind of personality, and so each of these characters represent things like anger and pain and sorrow and joy and all that. Asamu represents courage, and so he, has this kind of cocky attitude because he's all like courageous and he can do anything he wants. But he's a great, as Shane stated before. Oh, good, you've been.
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one.
Difficulty is not like all the way up.
Yeah,
but,
we're still tuning it.
But Asamu is a great starter, kind of like what Shane was saying, because primarily his moves are punches. So to kind of talk about how what the inputs are for the game, it's a lot of kind of movement commands like forward, back forward, down, forward, and so on. It's usually 2 of those with a command. So for Asamu here, things like forward punch does his sword jab, but a lot of his main moves are punch. So what's really, really nice about him kind of getting off the bat is you're only having to really worry about to get his combos down, you're only have to worry about one button, which is you're just trying to master the movement command from there, and then comboing each one. So his sword jab into his sword toss, just like that, is a really good combo. If you can time it into a Dragon Slash, is also another really good one. But each character has different commands that you kind of learn through the main story. Because that's the other thing that we go through with the main story is you will play as each of these characters. So you're never going to have to just stick with one and then play the story like 10 times or 8 times, I guess, to kind of get each one. You get a little taste of all of them, and then then from there you can go into arcade mode or online versus to kind of be able to figure out which is going to be your character of choice.
Plus, we do have the training modes, not only for general mechanics, but for each character.
Yep.
Yeah, so we have a pretty in-depth training. So we have just the standard kind of training mode where the CPU just kind of stands there and takes it, but it's a good opportunity for you to be able to get your moves down and all that. And then also at the very top left corner of the screen, it also showcases what your command is. So if you're trying to figure out why maybe your command isn't working, you can always look at that to see, just make sure that you're putting on input. We're going to be, like I said, this game is in early access, so we're continuing to kind of build off of it and all that. We do plan on launching more features in training mode, including making the CPU just walk or jump or attack or block. So I know that's kind of on our list to go ahead and learn. And then we also have, like what Sean said, is so for each character we have kind of an in-depth training mode to how to do their moves. So for like the Dragon Slash, it's almost like a charge move where you're holding back for about a second and a half, and then you do forward punch. So to kind of learn the timing down for that, to get your moves down, we do have that kind of. Currently, we have 8 characters. We will be when the game is fully released. We'll have 10 playable characters. Currently, we have the 8, which you can, if you are in early access, you can go ahead and try those. If you are looking at trying our demo, which, like I said before, it is free, it is limited to 2 characters. One of them is Asamu, who we're currently watching, and then the other one is Kyoki, which we haven't seen her yet. But
we will soon.
Yep. Yeah. So after this, I might actually take over this from Shane, and then I'll play Kyoki just because I like playing with Kyoki, and kind of see what she's like. But those are going to be the 2 characters that are free within the demo. And again, what's nice about the demo is you still have the training modes. If does have online support for other people who are using the demo mode specifically.
Yep.
So if you and your friend want to test the game out, just see how it is, you both can pick up the demo. You can join an online or an online match. Sean, do you want to talk about, or Sean, want to talk about kind of how we do our multiplayer?
Sure. Yeah, so we built our own rollback netcode for a lot of the multiplayer, which has actually come in handy because we also use it for our AI system. It allows us to kind of record not only what's happened in the past, but also predict a little bit into the future for the AI. Took a lot of work, but the system's pretty solid these days. Still working on adding encryption now, actually, but that'll be like a test branch that we'll set up at some point soon. Yeah, just in general, it's pretty smooth, pretty straightforward.
Logan, let's say somebody hops into the demo and they're having issues with something. Where can they tell us?
Oh, yeah.
So, we have several ways you can get a hold of us. If you are on Steam currently, you can actually just scroll down just a hair and you'll see a big banner that says join our Discord. So we do have a pretty active Discord. We have several channels in there in regards to news on the game, just general, just kind of game chat. So if you just want to meet some people, just talk about games. There's especially fighting games. There's several people in there who would love to talk to you about that. If you are into Final Fantasy 14, I'm on that too. But it's a pretty active Discord. You can always join one of the channels to give us feedback right there, and it goes straight to us. So we're pretty active and pretty much replied to. At least we replied to a good amount of messages that we get in. But anytime we have any kind of update, we always post there first. So, like today, we just released a new update for Kansai Fighter to kind of celebrate, the launch of it being, or not the launch, but it being during us having the game during
The
Steam
Fighting
Game Fest.
Yep.
Man, it's the name is so long.
Yep.
It has the
Yep.
name Steam in it.
Yep.
So it's just throwing me off.
Steam Fighting Games Fest. So, say it 5 times fast, Logan.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So, because I want to say like Steam Fighting Game Fest, but it's Fighting Games Fest.
Yep.
It's like Game Pass and Games Pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
And,
we do what we can.
Yeah, we didn't come up with the name. Yeah. I guess, we should mention what was new for this release.
Yeah, we can actually show off a little bit of it here.
Yeah.
Just got torched by Itami. Let's wait till we show it. I'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, we get to show it
Let's
there.
go to, maybe you can run like a couple versus rounds and I can talk to it. But yeah, we did have an update in prep for the event that rolled out early this morning. Very, very early this morning. But yeah, just back on the Discord too, like we really do try to engage with the community there, and like we like kind of showing off sneak peeks of like what's going on behind the scenes. I know like for some of the features we're going to talk about here, I was sharing some early renders of some stuff we had going and just early screenshots of things. But we got a really good group there, and we'd love to have you join us. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also have a backlog of videos if you ever want to watch more of
Oh
these
yes,
streams.
Kansai Fighter Live. This is what, our 41st episode.
Oh,
Do you want to talk a little bit about the history of this stream series that we've been doing?
So we have been doing Kansai Fighter Live since
2015. I
Okay,
think.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
something. Yeah, because I guess it would have been when we got this off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we pretty much would do kind of community update streams where each stream, which we did every few months, and we're still trying to figure out just what is the right.
Yeah.
But we have, like 41 episodes now, and it goes, kind of talks about everything in regards to what is new in the game, what do we have working, what do we have in the pipeline, and all that. We did also do fun streams like building Gundams or building Legos.
Yep.
We're a little behind on those.
Yeah, so
A little bit.
We have a lot of Gundams. That
I was gonna say we're not behind on collecting Gundam.
No,
models.
yeah,
Yeah, we're just behind on actually
I've just
building them.
been adding to my backlog. that's
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, so we've been doing those. So this is episode 41. Technically, it's not an episode. This is a special.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Sure.
it's not a. There's technically even more than 41 because we have a bunch of.
That's true.
non-
Non-episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ah.
Should do something fancy for a 50.
I call these featurettes.
There
Yeah,
you go.
So.
But yeah, it's pretty cool because like all of that content is on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
You go to youtube.com/Cercian Studios, and it's pretty neat because it's like a time capsule. You can go back and see how the game has grown and evolved, and some of the challenges we worked through, and how things have changed over the years. And it's pretty interesting. I don't feel like a lot of games tend to do that very often, but yeah, it's always nice to be able to kind of hang out with the community live, answer questions, and show off what we've been working on lately with the game. So
Yep.
Or if you own the game, then
Yeah.
hop into some multiplayer. So,
Yeah.
our last Kansai Fighter Live, we did. The theme specifically was, I think, New Year's and no, it was early access.
yeah,
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
our launch of early access, and we had a few people from the community hop in online, so we were kind of like playing them online and also attempting to try to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It went great.
Yeah.
It went great. No, it
We had
did.
some good
It did.
fights.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was fun.
a corrupt force lurks in the distance.
Of fun. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Have to find out more about that later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Logan, I will pass you the magic controller.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't you hop
It's
in?
purple.
Yeah, why don't you hop into a CPU versus match and let's see if I broke the build. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm gonna do Kyoki. So,
Sure.
like I said before, we'll do a random, and let's do
Kyoki's stage, maybe?
sure. Kyoki's stage is probably the stage that's talked about most.
Yeah, yeah. Is that a bird?
Yeah.
And you'll see once we get in. But like I said, and of course it's a Samu that I'm going.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like I said before, Samu kind of represents courage and bravery and all that. So Kyoki is our agile kind of gymnast character who is definitely
More of like a rushdown archetype.
yep. But she represents his kind of joyfulness and glee.
Yep.
And I am not.
Yeah,
doing-
come
Yeah.
on. This is on normal difficulty, Logan. All right, you focus on that. I'll try to explain. But no, yeah, Kyoki's pretty fun. She has a lot of mobility, a good mix of like air and ground capability that not all other characters have. But she is a little bit more of a light hitter, so managing kind of your combos and getting in for good string hits is definitely important with her. There you go. But yeah, so while we're playing, let me talk a little bit about the update, because we'll probably see the first iteration of it here. So one of the new things, before when you would hop into a versus mode, like online or CPU or what have you, you would basically like play a match with somebody, maybe a rando online or a friend, and then you would basically be done, go right back to the main menu. And if you wanted to rematch, you had to go through the whole process of matchmaking again, or re-invite your friend, or what have you. So with this iteration of the game, we're bringing our new versus mode flow to the game, where you're really kind of like in a session with that friend, for as long as you guys want to be. So now, when you finish a match, you'll be taken to a post-match summary screen where there'll be a little bit of character dialogue, and then your wins across your matches will accrue. And there's a nice little trophy system where you can collect some different tiers of trophy coins as you get up in ranking with your wins over the course of the match. From that view, you can do an instant rematch. You can hop back to the menu to reselect your fighters in your stage, and you can keep doing this over and over and over until you guys have had your fill. So, yep, here's a little bit of that post-match system. So, yep, you should get a bronze trophy here. Look. You won. You didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yay!
Yep,
got
yep.
a trophy.
Yep.
This is my first trophy.
Yep.
Guys.
Yeah, that you have ever earned.
Don't lose it.
So yeah,
You're giving it the options at the bottom to select a fighter, do a rematch.
Yep. So there's more that we're probably going to add to that view in the future. There's a couple different feature ideas that we've got concepted. So, and we'll obviously be curious to see what you guys think. But it's a nice quality of life improvement. Kind of adds a little more of a, I guess, intimate multi-match gameplay.
More streamlined in a lot of ways.
Yeah, with your friends. So. Or with random people online.
Yeah.
Maybe friends soon to be.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big features in the build with this update. There were some other fundamental gameplay updates we had to fix a couple issues, at least one pretty decent fundamental gap. Did a little bit of tweaking. We're definitely going to have a lot more balancing tweaking to come, though. But
Yep.
Why don't you tell us about this character?
Kenta, yeah. So
It's funny that I keep versing the people
that you're right.
previously-
Yep.
Wasn't
So
planned.
Kenta is Yumu's sense of rage, and he is our tanky kind of brawler. He is much slower than the other characters, but when he lands a hit, he hits very hard. So yeah, he also has some what we call geomancing capability, where he can summon rock spires or a large boulder that he'll hurl across the stage. So all around, he's just kind of a big tank.
Trying to do it.
There you go.
Yep.
She wasn't letting me do the move. This is usually always my favorite matchup because we have somebody who's like the fastest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or at least one of the fastest. I don't know if Yasu's faster than she is.
They have aspects that kind of compete. Yeah.
But it's always fun to play as somebody who's super slow but strong versus somebody who's really fast.
Yeah.
And look at I got my second bronze medal.
Yep. So you'll get a upgrade to silver here. So yeah, there are 7 levels of trophy that you can earn, and for every 7 you get an additional trophy, up to 99 wins. And if you get to 99, you get a special trophy that goes up next to your win counter to indicate that you've hit max level. So it was pretty fun to put together some of the different renders. You haven't gotten to the jeweled trophies yet, Logan.
Yeah.
You got to get at least 2 more wins to start getting into that territory.
Yasu.
All right.
All right, I have money. That this is going to be Kenta. though.
Because
I
it's
know.
the nope.
Damn it.
Nope.
Ah.
So close.
Haha, it was fake money. Monopoly
All
money.
along.
But now you're broke.
Yeah, so let me talk about Yasu a little bit. Another crowd favorite.
Yeah.
Yasu is another very fast and nimble character that we have. She has a lot more, she has some like high threat potential right in front with a lot of her attacks. and she's a little slower than Kyoki overall, but hits a little bit harder, so a little pulled down from quite the speed. But there are aspects of Yasu that are a little quicker. She also has her trusty umbrella, which she uses for a variety of attacks, as well as some of her agricultural focused attacks that she has at her disposal. But as you can see, she is also kind of a lighter weight class character, so you have to definitely kind of watch the threat you're getting into with her. But you do have her. Just
Waiting for him to...
the right moment.
Well,
There you go.
I was expecting him to... No, don't jump.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to burst if I did it,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was waiting for
Waiting
him
for him
to use the burst.
Yeah.
And, waiting for him to use the burst.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, I guess one thing about like Yasu and Isamu that we should mention, we've done some tournaments recently, right?
Oh, yeah.
They've been some favorites in the tournament runs that we've done.
Yeah, so our last two conventions, which both of them were here in Kansas City. One of them, like I said earlier in the stream, was NakaCon, and that was our first one, which we actually did
First tournament. Not
our
first
first tournament.
Yeah.
was that, and that's right.
Screw you, young man.
Get off my lawn.
There you go.
But we did. First off, we did record that, and that is a video on YouTube. So if you want to kind of check it out, more Atami.
Yeah. Well, I can run a Tommy next.
Oh no! Never underestimate an old lady and her vegetables.
Yeah.
But yeah, Isamu was a crowd favorite there. The other one definitely was Shinrao.
Yeah.
I think most people actually picked him. Oh my!
Got a gold trophy.
It's a golden trophy.
Then you should get into some gemstones with some more wins.
Here, I'll go ahead and switch to Atami. But actually, yeah, I would say that Atami was more popular at the next one that we did, which
Yeah.
was Midwest Fest. So
Yeah.
that was in the beginning of June, I believe, and we did another tournament there. Luck was nice. We were able to kind of be partnered with Red Bull Gaming to be on their main stage, and we were definitely one of the loudest tournaments that night. for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a good group. And yeah, we one of our recent episodes of Kansei Fighter Live, we did kind of a watch along of the NakaCon tournament because we actually got a full coverage of that. If you want to check it out, check out our YouTube page and you can watch it there. We do still plan on having a stream to talk about Midwest Fest, the event, the tournament, kind of watch some of the tournaments. So definitely stay tuned to our socials. We kind of had to bump out that stream a little bit, but we're eager to kind of talk through how that event went with you guys as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we were having unfortunate technical difficulties that day, so
Yeah.
or that weekend, I should say.
That whole
Yeah.
weekend, yeah.
We
Streaming
got through it,
was-
but it was tricky.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that is actually episode 40. It's going to be that.
sure.
So we will be
The
doing
real.
real Kansei Fighter Live. I mean, this is anyways. And so yeah, so we'll be doing that. We'll be talking about the events. I'll probably talk a lot about what we're going to bring to Planet Anime.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna lose. That's right. Take that.
Yeah.
I forget, did we announce that we're not doing the other convention?
Well, I never announced that we
Sure.
even or did it, but I was back and forth, but
Yeah.
because you mentioned it.
Uh-huh.
So we were back and forth on if we were going to be attending PAX West. So as I stated previously, wait. Just give me 1 second.
Gotta focus.
Let me just.
You
let
almost
me
there.
just- there.
Ah, gut punch.
He's like, no, he's suddenly so close. I don't want to lose. So we were back and forth if we wanted to go to PAX West. We ultimately decided that we were going to pass on it this year.
We do want to get out
Yeah, we
there.
do
It
wanna-
was kind of like last minute for us when we found out the details we would need to get in. So
Yeah. And it's not cheap, so
Yeah.
unless we get in through some other way, it's going to be tricky.
Yep. So, all right. Let's see. Do I get a gem?
we should. We should
Two.
upgrade
2 gold plates.
to
Ooh.
sapphire.
Ooh, sapphire.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we won't be going, unfortunately, but it is on our goal list to
Yeah.
get there at one point. But like I said, we've gone to east, we've gone to south.
Yeah.
We
We kind of
really
miss
Have
South.
to complete the trifecta.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
It's unfortunate that south is not a thing anymore because we would totally go
Yeah.
again. Because that was just such a
South was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we do have Planet Anime coming up, which we'll talk about, and we obviously have a lot more build updates to come, which we'll be discussing on our upcoming stream. Some of the features we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but one of the things that we're preparing for soon, TM,
Yep.
is a trial weekend with Haku. So if there's anybody that doesn't mind a bit of mild spoilers for the game and you want to help us play test a new character and provide some feedback, we are planning to do an extended weekend where our experimental channel on Steam will host Haku, who is our 9th character, playable for that weekend. Haku's an interesting character. He comes in kind of late to the story, but he draws upon a lot of the abilities of the core cast in interesting ways. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what people think of him. And then our final character, Khan, is still in production, and actually we're going to be shifting a lot of our focus in the next iteration to getting his assembly really moving along to completion.
Yeah, he's going to be complicated.
He will be pretty complicated. He's our main boss character. He will be
You guys all
playable.
gotta make things
Yeah,
Blame
well,
him.
I mean, we got to go out with a bang.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
No, but he has a
So, for those of you watching at home,
right. But yeah, so we'll definitely be talking about some of the upcoming features and
Yep.
things. There's obviously, like Sean kind of mentioned, there's a lot of. We're kind of in this phase of the project too, where there's a lot of work happening on things that you guys may not necessarily see right in your face for
Yeah.
things like adding network encryption and compression to improve the network play and hopefully cut down on the potential for hacking and cheating. And we have some more quality of life features for online that we're planning on focusing on too, such as in-game friends list management, so you can add cross-platform friends and do matchmaking from within the app. Having your own banned players list, so you can block people that you don't really want to hop in online matches with, and things like that. So
Not to mention, yeah, just general polish and work
Yeah.
on their systems. Like
absolutely.
a lot of the tutorials are done or written, but we need to implement some.
Yeah, story mode, like
Yeah.
we have the first 2 chapters in there. They're kind of in the preliminary draft form. There's more of them that are assembled, but we have the latter chunk to wrap up, do multiple passes, editing, gather some feedback there. So
A lot of the music's done, but
a lot of it's done, but some things are going to be changing. Like even the main menu music is kind of a placeholder that we've had for a while that definitely want to update it. But things are coming along. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely more polished than it's ever has been. So
Yes.
it's been,
Yeah.
been really nice to get some good feedback recently. A lot of good changes.
Yeah, I mean, especially so we launched into it wasn't early access yet. So we launched the demo during
Next Fest.
in February, and just from then until now, we found
We've had a lot of community engagement.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
been really positive.
huge
Yeah.
huge shout out to
The Digital Basement.
the Digital Basement for
Yeah.
finding the game and definitely give us some really good feedback
Yep.
on just to kind of make things better. And again, that's why please join in on the Discord.
Yeah.
There's again that feedback channel. You can also just meet some new friends and join in on online matches there. And there's also a feedback section there of if you're or what are you wanting to see in the Discord, because I'm managing the Discord, so I want to kind of make it just a special place for all of the community to get together, talk about Kansai Fighter, fighting games, I mean anything like that, and all and actually some people join.
How nice. Very cool. Welcome, everybody. Yeah.
Plus, there's all the usual places like Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
we have a webpage.
Yep, I still post on Twitter, Instagram. We launched our Instagram not that long ago. I think it was during Steam Neck Fest.
Sure.
Fest actually. So I have a bunch of
Steam Neck Fest. I'm just picturing
It's a whole
that
different
as an
category.
actual event.
we only
Steam?
allow games.
There are enough
Next.
things
Yeah,
out there.
Yeah, you could find it.
There are enough weird games out there that you could have a neck-focused event.
We
A lot of
only
giraffe
want neck-
games.
we only want neck games.
Yep. Yep.
Anything with the neck tag.
All right.
Neck
so
Tattoo
I have-
Simulator 2024.
Yep. I have not done.
Yeah, who haven't you done?
I haven't done Hitan, and I
No.
haven't done Eureka.
All right.
Actually, what's funny is I was playing a lot of Hitan during NakaCon.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I don't know. Oh no.
Now you get a fighter.
You did
yourself.
rando?
Yep.
Oh, well, this is going to be interesting.
Lots of birds.
Yeah, her colors need more shifting.
Yeah.
I can't go too far. So yeah, that's another feature. By the way.
Yeah.
For folks that are checking out the game, we do have some slight color shifting for duplicate characters. It's kind of subtle on some characters because we are literally just doing a hue shift on the fly. So the problem with that is things like skin tones and hair tones can
Yeah.
get really kind of
They start turning
ugly
green. Yeah.
if you start kind of doing them too far. But one of the features that we are going to be adding into the engine and toolchain soonish is actual proper multi-palette support. So
Yep.
we will have much better alternate palettes. At some point, we'll probably be kind of going back to classic SF2 era. You can pick a color palette for your fighter when you're hopping into online and that kind of thing. So bear with us. We are aware that there is more work to be done there, but
Yep.
some characters are better than others. It just kind of depends. But yeah, let's talk about Hitan a little bit. So Hitan is a Yumu's sense of sorrow. And something that's pretty unique about her is that she has this flock of birds that will follow her around the stage. 6 of them in particular, and she can send them out for various different command attacks. A lot of her attacks have pretty good zoning aspects to them. She can create localized clusters of them, do kind of long-range ground sweeps and things like that. And you have to kind of manage them, though, as a limited resource. Like, when they're used, they have kind of a cooldown period before they rejoin the flock, and they're available for another command action again. So, oh, you
Nope.
didn't get it?
Nope.
Well, you gotta try again. So it's kind of interesting. You can send them out for individual attacks. Some of the enhanced special variants of her specials will utilize additional birds to add some extra oomph to each of the attacks. And her super special makes use of them in kind of a sweeping move to hit opponents across the stage. But you could run out of them, and
Yeah.
Hitan is not just defined by her birds. She also has a lot of really good kick-focused attacks
They
that
have
she
some
can
decent
call
speed
upon.
to them.
Yeah,
So,
she's kind of a average speed
Mm-hmm.
fighter in the roster, so yeah, some really interesting capabilities there.
yeah.
Come on,
I'm
Logan.
still happy about how the birds turned out.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting system to get set up.
Yep.
But I think it's something that, again, another just aspect of the game that's very unique and a concept that we had that really, like, we wanted to bring to light, and it's been 100% worth it.
Yep. Oh, nice.
We're gaining a little bit of health there. So Logan's also playing Yuraku now. We saw Yuraku earlier on. She is a little bit of a slower character on the roster, but a little bit heavier hitter as well. Yuraku is a kind of odd character. She has some area control, but just a weird mix of capabilities. We describe her style as kind of a lurist. She'll draw in the opponent or get them where she wants them, and then just have some opportunity to unleash upon them once she's got them in a good spot. That
I'm gonna
move,
totally show this for educational
yeah,
purposes.
Uh-huh.
the
Of
move
what,
list.
what the move list
Yeah,
looks
this
like
is what
and
the
not-
move list looks like.
Not how to do something.
Yeah, so she has. If you notice earlier, Logan did that move where a little bubble popped up next to her and she was kind of wincing. And that is her utility maneuver, her whimper. And basically, it costs a unit of charge, but if she's struck while she's in that state, she'll actually recover a portion of that damage as health. So she can kind of rebuff a little bit from enemy attacks if you make the mistake of hitting her in that mode. She
things
also
like-
wields, sorry, go ahead.
The folding screen's always fun. It's
Yeah.
like setting out a trap.
Yep, so she can set out a stage trap, which is her folding screen. It will occupy part of the stage, and when the opponent is within a certain vicinity, it will periodically fire dart projectiles at them. It can be really good for setting up cross-up scenarios. If you can get the folding screen and yourself as Yuraku on opposite sides of the character like this, they need to pay attention to blocking the appropriate direction from whatever attack is incoming. So it's a really good opportunity to kind of mess with the opponent and get the upper hand. But yeah, she also wields a bow, and she has a variety of bow attacks that she can use to strike her opponents.
Oh, nice.
Nice juggle with the dart at the end there. So yeah, pretty interesting character. She's currently kind of tricky to face off against as a CPU fighter.
Plus, her super's always fun.
Yeah.
Just she goes invisible.
Yep. So for her super, she'll go invisible, and basically during that period of time, her attacks will be buffed, but she will also take a slight increase in damage if she is hit. It has a time limit for how long it burns, and either if the time limit is reached or if you are struck 3 times, you get knocked out of it. So, yep.
What's the next?
The next tier of the trophy. So you got Sapphire, Emerald, Ruby. The next one would be Amethyst, which is the 7th and top final tier. After that, you'll begin accruing additional trophies. You can basically fill out 2 rows of 7, and then the 99th trophy is a special one you get next to your win counter. So,
Yep.
and you can keep playing after 99,
You
but
can.
you won't accrue additional wins on the counter after that currently.
Start just
At
filling up
that
the
point,
screen.
just take a snapshot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Post it in our
So
Discord or
it-
post it on Twitter.
So we haven't talked about this, but that will probably be one of the achievements for
Yeah.
the game, is to achieve 99 wins in versus mode, which is probably going to be painful to do. But it's,
Well,
yep,
if this
yep,
mode counts, you can kind of just keep playing. But
yeah. So
Nice.
So why don't? So we kind of talked about this for a little bit.
Mhm.
Why don't we go into an online
Online match. See
I'm
if
gonna give
anybody's
this to
free to
you,
join up.
and if
Oh no.
not, I will. Join
Oh
in.
no. Oh, on the
Steam
Steam Deck, sure.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work getting the multiplayer working. We had kind of like local play for a long time, but this is much more polished than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Plus, adding online was a big step.
Yeah.
We do also support inviting through Steam and Android right now.
Actually, let's try that, Logan.
Oh yeah, we haven't tested it
Here, let's go back to the menu, and can you launch the game and send me an invite to play online?
I'm not friends with our.
Oh
with this
no!
account.
How are you not friends with
How-
our account?
Really? Just freaking add me. Or wait. Oh, that's right. You're on one of our internal accounts for this.
Right.
Yeah,
Just add it.
we did set that up.
But okay, so if that's the case, this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna swap back to this because I don't want
Here.
y'all to look at.
Yeah,
blank
why
screen.
don't we give it? Yeah. Let's swap back to our view. You get that set up. We'll talk a little bit more about
Sure.
the game. And feel free, by the way, this is a developer Q&A. So if
Yeah.
you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in chat. And we will be happy to answer them. But yeah, so Sean, you were talking about the online mode. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's been a journey, right? Like,
It's a very difficult thing to do.
yeah, well, and we've done this from scratch. So
Yeah.
we mentioned it before, but yeah, everything you see in Kansai Fighter was made from scratch in house. We're not using any prefabbed engines or tool chains. We built the whole process from the ground up, and the network gameplay is no exception to that. We're not using any off the shelf rollback solution. We've implemented our own natively into the engine and the game. There's some advantages to that, right? I mean, performance for one is definitely a lot more optimized. We've been able to tune the solution in specifically for our mechanical structure to kind of improve the reliability, but it's also led to things like our Fourscore AI system.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to reuse it for that.
Yeah.
We're even thinking about using it for replays and stuff, but we
Yeah,
haven't
exactly.
implemented that.
Yeah. So it's taken a lot of work to kind of get that core fundamental system up and running and really ironed out, but it's been very beneficial for us.
Yeah, even recently you did that work to validate a lot of the state, and we
Yes.
found a couple subtle bugs there. So that's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
nice.
Yeah, that was so. The last update prior to Fighting Game Fest, we had noticed as some of the community was like live streaming the game and playing some discrepancy in the gameplay. It looked choppy, and I captured. So if anyone from Digital Basement and Mr. MKL are watching, I went through that stream
Like frame by
and
frame.
literally captured like few second snippets of every visual glitch that I could see
Yep.
to kind of identify what the patterns were and what was going on. It became quickly evident to me that this is not an actual rollback not a network related issue.
It
This
was
is-
solving it. It
right.
Just, there would be a glitch every time.
yeah, like these are some inconsistencies with the rollback in certain situations that aren't being vetted correctly. So we took some time to stand up we've done versions of this before, but a more fundamental test bed for validating our rollback consistency, just to make sure that, it is yielding consistent deterministic gameplay in all situations, all
Yep.
characters. We did identify a series of gaps that weren't accounted for properly that led to that, and corrected them all.
Yeah.
And that was the last update prior to this event. We had Mr. MKL and some other folks join us on stream before, and as far as we can tell, the gameplay has been
Yeah.
really solid. I think.
We're even playing with somebody in, was it Italy or?
Well, so I know Mr. MKL has a couple folks in the
Europe.
community that are in Europe and various places around the globe, and
Yeah.
they've been able to play pretty well. I'm curious if they've had a chance to try it since then. I'm really
Yeah.
curious about this build. But yeah, it's been really good, and we wouldn't have gotten there without the community support and really kind of giving us more to chew on and helping stress test, like, global scenarios
Yeah.
like that. So
There's obviously a lot more delay, a lot more things that can go wrong there. So
Yeah.
it's nice to be able to test that. We did get one question.
what are some of our favorite or funniest memories of the development process? Oh man.
There's always some really good bugs.
There's been a
Yeah.
lot, like one of these days we got to put together a blooper reel
Yeah.
One
if
of
we
these
have
days.
enough to make one
Yeah.
of some of the bugs that we've had in the build. I have a screenshot of like the one with Hitan, like back in the early days before we had the implementation for her birds, we kind of had a single like bird that you could swoop in from off screen. It was the very first iteration of our projectile system. And there was a flaw that caused it to repeatedly spawn projectiles. And instead of using the bird frames, it was using Hitan's frames.
Yep.
So when you would do the attack, there would just be a stream of Hitans across the screen. I know there was also one with Kenta where one of his input mappings was wrong. And as a result, it would play the wrong animation with the wrong physics. So you would try to do an attack and he would scrunch into
Yeah,
a ball
he'd, squat
and
up.
shoot backwards across the stage and slam into the wall, hovering until he slid down the wall and touched the ground. There's just been a lot of crazy bugs like that. But I would say also favorite things. I mean, yeah, I would say most recently, kind of like we said with the network mode, getting the game out on Steam
Oh yeah.
and having people in the wild be able to play it, provide their feedback, and test things like our network play and have it not immediately blow off.
Yeah.
But be pretty good.
Well,
It's
and I
been
feel like
awesome.
over the years of all the conventions, we got
Hey.
generally good feedback, but it has gotten better and better as we go along. And that
Logan,
really
I
gets
can't-
reflected.
I can't pick that. Can you click that?
Interesting.
I think something.
Oh, the menu. Nope.
Hold on. Yeah, go back up. Hit escape.
Let's keep.
Nope. Maybe try
Ah.
relaunching the game.
Well, here's a bug do we need to fix.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
This is
Where-
live.
well,
It's live, people.
Yeah, I need to
This is
look
what
at
happens. It's okay.
Couldn't stop
It's
it.
in early access, and
the. Yeah, I need to see where you sent that invite.
so I sent it from
The deck.
yes.
Okay.
But did you launch the game by accepting the invite, or
No,
did you
the
just
game was up.
launch the game?
The game was
Okay.
already up.
Yeah, let me go into
But I
the
was
game.
I was
I think it picked up on mouse or something. Maybe. Let's try it again here. Go ahead and send me another one. Well, we might have another update soon here.
Yep.
We need to iron this out.
There's always new bugs.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
so it's
can't,
attached
I
to the
can't
wrong thing.
bind to that window.
He
Alright.
was able to click it and go forward.
No, it's not
okay.
interacting with this view.
yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
Yep.
Yes, and not mine either.
Interesting. The one thing you didn't test over hours last night.
I mean, it was 4 a.m, and I
I'll
was
let
eager
this
to
one
get
pass.
the update out. So, all right, well, we'll get.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
So you can
He
click
can
to
click it.
accept it. I wonder if it's something on, but you can't do it on there. I was gonna say maybe it's something about the way we're.
Well,
Yeah,
so
I
like
agree.
I
So you backed out.
So I couldn't select it with the controller, but on the touch screen I could. So
Oh.
that's your mouse input. But it timed out, and then yours timed.
Well,
out.
that's fine.
So
Sure.
we'll
Let's
just go
do
the old school route.
local
Yep.
network.
Like I said, this is still a work in progress, but
You did just replace a lot of that system.
Everything Logan touches breaks every time. All right, Logan. Who am I gonna? Oops.
Why must we cause further
You go Hitan. I'll go Hitan.
Hmm?
Give it a shot.
so here you can kind of see both the screens side by side, like the main or like his view and my view, and how much it's pretty much in sync.
I feel like there's more delay on the video than there is in real life, actually. That's interesting.
Yeah. I think maybe the way we're capturing it
Yeah.
might have a little bit of delay, but
Oh yeah, no, because when I look at this in here,
Yeah.
There's a delay.
no delay.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it down to like within a couple frames, basically, if possible. And yeah, you can see our little indicator pop up if it does get bad traffic.
You're going down. No, I have no more birds.
They'll come back eventually. Or if you get your super, you can summon them all back at once.
I don't know if we talked about Atami yet because
Oh yeah, I guess we
I
did.
know that I selected it and played with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy represents Iamu's sense of pain. So, with Tommy's character, he's got this flaming piece of wood on his back,
It's a religious symbol.
and and he's got a whole bunch of chains, kind of tying him down. But because of that, he has all these different kind of weapons. So
Yeah.
he's definitely our kind of weaponsmith character, where he has saw blades, he has shurikens, he has daggers. So
Yeah, you can cover a good amount of the screen sometimes. Send more birds out.
no, totally was thinking
You're just sitting there punching and kicking. There you go. Nice.
I was thinking I didn't have my birds for some reason.
Yep. It doesn't take too long for him to come back, but it's a long time in a match.
No, damn you!
I always like that pose she does. It's like, what's up? Aww.
With that L swing.
Hoping I was going to be able to do that.
You know what we need to add is little feathers for when they're panty.
We have
I
a
thought
card
so.
on the backlog
Yeah.
to add some slight feather effects here and there. Definitely be a
Yeah,
closer to
yeah.
launch polish thing, but yeah.
I know there's some more effects in general we want to add.
No, I don't have my trophies
No.
anymore.
No.
I can't
It's a new
show-
set.
New match.
I can't show off.
Yeah.
Lame. So I was able to select.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
this is part of the
think
new
it's-
flow.
I think it's just the accept thing
Yeah.
if you get an invite from a friend.
The
Some
way that
things-
pops up is kind of an interrupt.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's probably something we need to do to wire that up.
I'll get that fixed.
Yeah, it should be easy.
Ready to roll.
You're gonna go Kyoto.
This won't hurt a bit.
We should do a secret selection one of these times.
Yeah.
So here's one thing that we mentioned was that one of the special moves that Yuraku has are her super specials that she goes invisible.
Mhm.
So you're kind of wondering, well, how does that help you, the player, if you're invisible? So on an online match like this,
Ready.
Or CPU. Basically, if you're
CPU.
not sharing the screen with somebody.
if you were fighting a CPU, would you be invisible?
Yeah. No, you could still.
You're right, it would act
Yeah.
the same as if you were playing against a player.
No.
It's a little different.
Basically, if you're sharing the screen with somebody, you will be completely invisible.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But if-
Sorry. I'm
if
thinking
you're-
of the old way.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you are the only person playing on that system, you will flash currently, so you can kind of see where you are.
Yeah, so your character will kind of just flash and close there, so at least you can see it
Yeah.
as your player. But on my end, as your opponent, I don't see you.
Yeah.
So I would have to cheat and look at the screen to my left so that I don't die.
Yeah, don't cheat. And yeah, the funny thing is the AI is also can't see your character, so it's kind of a fun trick there. It has to kind of guess where you are. With AI, you always have to do little cheats, but we tried to make that one realistic.
Yep. Yeah, basically anytime something happens where you're seen, it will refresh
Yeah.
like where it thinks you are.
Plus, it'll still try some random moves occasionally just to poke you out. Yeah, I guess we didn't talk too much about the AI yet, but we've gone over it in depth in previous videos, just from a high level. It does a lot of it. Uses those setups where it's kind of like a chess AI, where it tries to play out so many moves ahead, so much time ahead, and guess what the player's going to do, and then tries to pick an optimal solution based on that. But it does hundreds and hundreds of simulations every so many frames, so luckily we've got our core mechanics that quick that we can use that. Oh, there we go.
Yep. So on my screen, I do not see it.
Yep. Except for when you hit those little shadows that come out.
Yeah, and while she's invisible, I don't. You might have told this. Sorry, it's up.
You're good.
Busy, but while she's invisible, she will do more damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but if you can find her, while she's invisible, she will take more damage. So
Yeah.
that's just something to keep in mind with kind of her playstyle.
It'd be really mean if you could summon the folding screen as invisible.
I mean, you can't. Well,
No,
you
the
can't make
screen
it
be
invisible.
invisible.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You
That'd
can
be really
summon
mean.
one while you're invisible.
Yeah.
You're going to give away your position.
Yep.
Oh, see, that's why I was waiting. So here's another thing I'll go ahead and show from here. And let's say your opponent pauses this
Yeah.
screen, right?
Yep.
So you'll get the pause screen right there. I am, and then once I leave it, you get a timer, and then into the edge. Nope.
Nope. She's yelling at you.
Yep. So her grapple move is definitely a crowd favorite in the sense that she kind of grabs you and then she cusses you out for being a bad customer.
Oh, nice.
That would be interesting.
Hmm.
That would be a little too.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard.
It's already pretty capable.
Maybe if we have like challenge modes or something. I forget. Were we gonna do like a how long can you last type setup?
Like an endurance
Yeah.
mode. I don't think we quite had that planned.
Sure.
We did talk about kind of the variant versus mode as
Yeah.
a concept. So in that mode, the idea would be like the trophies that you earn, which the way you earn them would probably be different for this,
Mhm.
for that mode, but you can use them as currency to purchase like special things you could invoke. Either like set up the next match, so maybe you have like a health buff or a damage buff, or something you can invoke during the match that's like a one-time does something or period of time. So like it's a version of Versus where like you can add a bit of mixture. It's kind of a concept we have going that we might explore. That would
Yeah.
probably be a post-release feature update that we would look at, but we've been
Yeah.
exploring some interesting ideas around that. And some other modes. So
Yeah, we've had some other ideas like having an official tournament support.
that is
Things
on
like
the
that.
roadmap.
Yeah.
We will be adding an in-game official tournament support. I've also been kicking around some concepts for maybe a co-op flavor of the story mode
Yeah.
that you can sort of do like a story rush through with a friend. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, on that note,
Yes.
I'll probably say that we're going to go ahead and end it here.
Sure.
And thank you everybody for joining kind of part 1 of our developer Q&A, Steam's Fighting Games Fest.
Yep.
Is right.
Yeah.
It's going on until next Monday, I believe.
I believe so.
So we'll be doing another one of these streams Friday at the same time, same place.
Mhm.
Yep.
And so feel free. We'd love for you to wish list the game, try it out, try the demo,
Pop
pick it
in
up.
on the sale.
Yeah, pick
Yeah,
it
yeah.
up while it's on sale at 25% off, $14.99. And again, join our Discord. You can, and we would love to get your feedback. We'd love to meet you and all that. But on that note, thank you everybody for joining, and we will see you on Friday. Have a great
Awesome.
rest of the week.
See you guys.
Thank you.